All right.
Evening, everybody. So this week it's an evening, it's cooler, it's still quite warm, but it's not a 30-degree like it was in last week's video. But now I'm on the other side, so you can't see it, but the canal, well, river navigation is right there, and we're on the other side than we were last week. So we're on the towpath side this time, so we're going to take a walk. I'll try not to do too much walking like this with my camera because I don't have a selfie stick and I'm likely to just jog you around. So I am with my brother tonight. He's off somewhere, so you might see him, you might not, but we're going to go for a walk and see what we can see. Here we are. You can just see the river there. Here's another sign. This is the beginning of where the boats are. Nice little map, very similar to the other side. And it's going to get noisy now because we've got the local runners and walkers club coming up behind us. Lovely environment. And there are the first few boats, and in last week's video you might remember me standing just over there. Busy on the navigation today, so the big map is just behind that last car there that we showed you last time, and the canoers and paddleboarders are out doing some nice sport. So this is the winding hole here. Well, it's not so much a hole as a corner, and the services will be just around the bend. So as I mentioned last week, I don't have my key, so I can't go and check the services out, but it looks like you've got just bins on the left and a water point, so it doesn't look like they've got an Elson. They certainly don't have a shower, so basic supplies at this end of the navigation. And then we're going to carry on up here away from Godalming. Town is directly behind us. The substrate of the towpath is really unusual here. It's sand, which I've never seen on any other towpath. So let me know if a towpath near you is sand and not mud. Here's a better example of how sandy it is here. It's a really wide stretch of towpath, about 3 to 4 meters wide. And you can see how deep the sand is. Literally all sand for miles. We've got some lovely flats on the other side of navigation. Really, really beautiful. And if you're interested how much one of these will cost you, I don't know of any for sale, but about a year ago one of the bottom floors was for rent, and it was for £8,000 per month, which is actually the going rate in this area, so it's not that expensive. Doggy entrance for our special four-legged friends. So we're coming up towards the next row of moorings here, all on the opposite side, private moorings. To the left of the navigation at the moment we have an area of land called Lammas Lands, which is a local sort of nature park area. There is a path that runs around the other side, so we're actually probably going to walk back along the other side of that, alongside a small ditch called Hell's Ditch. And here's the first of our locks. This is the only lock that we're going to see on this video. It's a double gaiter, quite wide, and it goes under a little bridge, and there's a cafe on the right hand side as you go under here called Hector's on the Way spelt W-E-Y. And this, we can just about see the sign, is Cattertall Lock. Here you go, I've zoomed in for you. Opened in 1764, and as I just said, the last lock on the Godalming Navigation, so it's been here a very long time. So we just crossed the road, and here is Hector's, and there are hire boats here as well, so I can't take you down the other side. It is all private, unless you're in the moorings or using the cafe, and this evening the cafe will be shut. It's not open very much actually, Wednesday to Sunday I think, but we've never yet been here when it's open. One day perhaps. But we're going to walk down to the end of the boats and then turn around and come back. Check out one of these lovely little lock landing pillars. So they're wooden round here, and some of them have got plants growing out of the top because they're rotten. Here's your hire boat building, Farncombe Boathouse. Rowboats, punts and canoes, and narrowboats. Look how gorgeous these moorings are. You can see you've got doubles set up here. You've got hire boats down back the way we came, but you've also got on the other side, you'll see there's a bit of green between, and then you've got just another arm. It doesn't go very far, but it's all for moorings, and it's so nice. And it does get hot here, but you've got lovely trees to keep some of you in shade, and hopefully enough sun to keep your solar panels topped up. But it's fabulous, and it goes another 100 yards or so it's quite a distance. I don't know who owns these moorings though, or how much they are, but it might be something to look up in case I'm ever down this way, or if anybody watching is ever down this way and fancies staying here for a bit. So you'll see, as I mentioned last week, that the sides aren't really mooring material. It's very riverbanky, so there isn't really anywhere to moor, and there's a lot of foliage as well. So you're not really going to moor until you get to Godalming, and even then there's not a lot of places. So have a look in advance, book moorings if you can, possibly on the CRT website. I'll have to give that a look and see what the options are. But we're just going to go a bit further to this sign that you can just see where that runner is, and then we're going to cut back into the nature reserve. And as an example of how serene it is here, here's a lovely canoe. Or is it a kayak? Somebody will tell me.
It's a canoe.
It's a canoe, apparently. We're going to leave the navigation now, and we're going to go through to Lammaslands and walk back through the park. So there's a lovely sign here. I love an interpretive board. So you can see you are here. The yellow line follows the navigation, but we're going to do one of the white lines back to the road. So Hector's is just here. So if we come out here, you can carry on, and there's another nature park here that gets us back to where we started.
Well, I'm back and glad to be home. I hope these last two videos have been okay. I know there hasn't been much footage at all of the boat, but I'm back now and back to reality, and I have a list of DIY and jobs. So I'm sure I'll be back showing you stuff soon. So that's all for this week. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye!